everybody. We are back with another team preview. This week we have Bare Naked Ladies, another team that has a losing record against me, which I like to see. And yeah, going right into it, where do you think he's going to finish in the division? I think that American division, 1 through 4, has a chance to finish anywhere. So the Architect, Deuce Bombers, Fallen Misfits, and Bare Naked Ladies, if one of their two of their players gets hot, they can finish first, or if they get a couple injuries, they might finish fourth. I think it's a crapshoot on American division. I think we'll see 3 people from the American division make the playoffs again.
Wow, that's a pretty bold prediction. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I would say when I voted, I went Joshua to finish third, just because I think you and Deuce Bombers have a better situation. I know the Architect has done his best here to improve his team lately, and he made a trade, I think, to make him a bit better. But I think Josh just falls in the middle there a little bit, but he can change that. And when we look at the offseason questions, most of them were positive. I mean, he's got some early round picks, which we'll discuss here in a minute. And then, while the one running back keeper could be a concern, and obviously the Deshaun Watson suspension could be a concern too.
Exactly. There's the big question marks I do have for him. Yeah, David Montgomery. How much does Herbert take getting any carries there? Watson, is he going to face the suspension? Does he get 6 games? Does he get 2 games? Does he get nothing? Allen Robinson, I think he kind of goes to a worse situation for him. I mean, yes, he's playing not with Justin Fields anymore, but he is, our wide receiver 2 or 3, in for the Rams now. Mike Williams is Mike Williams. Travis Kelce, everybody might think this is a positive, but I think he gets double teamed now, or maybe even triple teamed. Juju doesn't scare me if I'm a defensive coordinator. MVS doesn't scare me as well. Sky Moore, most wide receivers have a hard time, in their first season as a rookie wide receiver in the league. The biggest threat there to me is Travis Kelce, and I'm going to double team him. So, Tyreek Hill going to Miami, actually, in my opinion, hurts his value, not actually helps his value there. And kind of going to his picks that he has 13th overall and 14th overall. But then again, who are you really going to get there? You might get, some decent, you're not going to get decent running back. Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker are not going to fall to you. You don't need wide receivers. You have your starting 3 wide receivers, I believe. I mean, you're going to get some depth players. You're not going to help that running back room there. He has a 2nd, a 3rd, a 4th, doesn't have a 5th, has a 7th, 8th through 10th, has all his picks in the 11th. And as we always say, he has less picks than rounds in the last 9 rounds, which is what you want.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of disagree a bit. I think Allen Robinson's going to have a big year, especially if you compare it to the previous 2 years' numbers being in Chicago. I know there's other mouths to feed there, but if you've watched Justin Fields last year, I mean, it was an atrocious offense there, and you could tell A-Rob had just given up. He wanted to go to a contender. He wanted to leave Chicago last year, and they didn't. And that's why he didn't put up the numbers, because he didn't want to get hurt. And I don't blame him, to be honest. David Montgomery could definitely get some touches put away. And I think, honestly, at pick 13 and 14, he could still score a decent running back, I feel. Somebody who might be in a timeshare, or maybe you take a chance on a rookie, one of the more lesser known rookies. And then maybe you add another quality wide receiver, or maybe you take one of the rookie wide receivers still at pick 13 or 14. So I think the door's wide open for Bare Naked Ladies to make a difference here. He just has to nail his picks, and he could get above what the consensus was from the league in terms of a 3rd place finish in the American division. I think it'd be pretty far-fetched to see 3 teams qualify for the playoffs out of the American, just because of the talent in the other divisions and the scenarios that they're in. But you can see as we progress through these previews, the off-season questions are becoming more and more positive. And for Joshua, I mean, again, he has nothing like a scenario like Bills Mafia or BC Lions. I think he has a chance to contend here. It's just he's really going to have to do his due diligence on the picks. And obviously, is Deshaun Watson going to be a good keeper if he gets suspended for 6 or 8? Probably not in this type of league. So he may have to adjust his strategy there. But I think Joshua has a chance, and I'm sure looking at his schedule, he'd love to get his first win ever versus the Architect. He's never beat him there. And, he's never beat Swahino either. And like you said, he has a losing record versus you and always shitty as well. So he needs to change the script on playing against those teams. I will add, he has the same amount of career wins as Templars. So there is that. So he'll finally get over Templars this year in career wins. And he's only 2 wins away from always shitty. And he has a 2-4 record against shitty. So those are the 2 extra wins that shitty has over him. So it's going to be a good year for Josh. He's done a lot of good things for our league. And, he's just going to have a good draft.
Oh, I definitely agree with that last part. He definitely has done amazing things for our league, and I always appreciate everything he has done.